and I'm awake. What is that? Is that you? Oh, goodness gracious. Stop being so dramatic. Good thing I have this hand-knitted little placemat that my friend Hannah made me. Love ya. Hey guys, it's Conan, and today is another installment of the incredible RT. Except today, it's not RT, it's Art Coffee, because it's only like 9 o'clock in the morning and your boy basically just hopped out of bed. Very good. So for those of you who don't know, RT or Art Coffee is a segment on my channel where I make art, drink coffee or tea, and talk about something that I want to talk about. And that subject today is going to be how to stay motivated / how I stay motivated / healthy forms of motivation, because my form of motivation is not healthy. Let's get out the art supplies. Wow. I'm gonna have so much fun. Crafty morning. This is so early in the morning. I'm still wearing my pajamas. The drawing that I'm going to be drawing today is this little drawing in my journal right now. I'm not gonna finish it in this video because it's kind of like really meticulous and has a lot of stuff, but I thought it would just be fun for me to work on while I'm talking. Let's just get right into it because I wrote like 3 pages of notes on this subject. They're all in here. The lighting's gonna change a booty ton throughout this, but I don't really care. I kind of like it. Feel free to make yourself a cup of tea or coffee throughout this, because this is probably going to be quite long if you want to watch it. If you don't enjoy like really chatty videos, don't watch this video. I'm just going to be talking the whole time. So I get asked the question, how do you stay motivated, or how are you so ambitious, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times on every video. I thought that would be something that I should address in a video because it is a very big part of who I am as a person. Basically, I'm so ambitious that being ambitious totally became part of my identity and like my self-identity. When I think of, okay, what's Conan? I always think ambitious, and that's just how I am. That's just like who I am. Hello. I hope that that's actually doing the thing that I want it to do. It got me thinking, why am I so ambitious? Like, why did this become such a big part of who I am? Why am I so motivated? And I came to the realization that I am motivated by fear. So when the question is asked, Conan, why are you so ambitious? The answer is, I'm terrified. And then when you ask the question, okay, Conan, why are you terrified? It always goes back to my past. I did not grow up in a very safe household. I grew up in a pretty abusive household, and that's not something I'm really afraid to talk about, you know? It's a part of my past that isn't the greatest, but it made me who I am today, and I'm very grateful for the person that I am today. It made me grow up really quickly, which I'm glad, because I'm glad I'm not immature, but it also left me with a lot of just, you know, emotional scars like any abusive household child would have, you know? Since I grew up in a bad environment, I spent my entire life working super hard in order to make sure that I am able to get out of that environment and not, I don't know, continue the loop of bad decisions that subsequently caused lots of people to have bad lives. So I've always been super self-motivated, because to me, if I didn't work hard enough, then I was not gonna live. Like, I was not gonna be able to move away. I was not going to be able to have a family and, you know, have a job. But the biggest thing was I was always scared that I was never going to be able to leave. The good thing is I'm not in that environment anymore. I moved away from those people and I forgave those people. You know, it was a bad part of our lives, and crap happens, guys. And although it sucked, I really love that part of my past. I really do, and I'm very grateful that I was able to learn so much from it. But even though I'm not in that environment anymore, that mentality of if you don't work hard, you will not survive stuck with me, and it's still with me. I'm still that same way. The sun is shining so bright, I can tell. I'm still so terrified of failure and so terrified of not reaching my goals and never being able to move out or go to a good college and all that. I'm still terrified of that, even though I shouldn't be, because I did work really hard and I covered my bases. Any person from the outside would see me and be like, it's okay, you don't have to worry, like you worked hard. But I'm still terrified of failure because of what happened when I was a kid. It just stuck with me. That mentality just stuck with me. The thing about this form of motivation is it keeps me very motivated. I'm constantly working all the time, nonstop, and I get a lot of things done, but it's not a healthy form of motivation whatsoever. Because when you're constantly terrified for your life, even when you shouldn't be, you get exhausted. But good news, there are other forms of motivation that are a lot healthier and probably work a lot better than just being terrified that you're not going to survive. And this is something that I've had to learn myself, and something that everyone just kind of has to learn. But the thing is, I was talking to a bunch of my friends and I realized fear is kind of one of the biggest factors of motivation in all of us, including more than likely you watching this video. Because throughout our whole lives, we are given this idea: if you don't work hard in school, you're not going to go to college, you're going to become homeless, you're not going to have a family, you're going to do crack cocaine in a back alley, like all that stuff. We're told that our entire lives. It's like we're constantly being threatened, basically, with failure, and that's kind of how we've just accepted life. So here are some healthier forms of motivation for you watching this video and for me, because being terrified all the time isn't a good form of motivation. 1, being motivated by a very, very short-term goal. For example, me and my friend Ashley are constantly working on calculus homework all the time, and what we do when we're working on something really hard and we're working for like 4 hours is we set like a tiny little reward slash goal at the end. So we say like, okay, our goal is to finish the homework by 7 o'clock. That way, from 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock, we can run around in a park and like do flips and stuff like that. Or we can go to Sonic and watch the stars. Stuff like that, like little tiny goals and rewards that just slowly start adding up, and then look, you're getting things done and you're being productive. Keep in mind that I don't actually know if these are healthy forms of motivation. They're just healthier for me than like being terrified. I'm not a psychologist. I don't know anything. Number 2 is being motivated by people. I find that when I'm working with a bunch of people in a group, not even on the same thing, like completely separately, but like with other people, if they're working hard, then it motivates me to work hard on whatever I'm working on, and it always ends up being a better situation. Because when I see people working hard, it just reminds me like, oh, you could be working hard too, and then I do work hard. So it's a win-win, and you get to hang out with your friends. Work with your friends. Have a little study date. It's a great idea. Basically, if you surround yourself with good, productive people, you will become a good, productive person. The last one is have a long-term goal. And this may sound stupid, but a lot of people don't really have a long-term goal. And it definitely gets overwhelming when you don't have a long-term goal, because you're just like, I'm just working so hard, I don't even know why I'm working so hard. And then you're like, maybe I shouldn't work so hard. So you should have a goal. It's good to have a goal. I think it's very healthy to have a goal. Instead of being motivated by the fear of not reaching that goal, it's much healthier to be motivated by the goal itself, by the joy that reaching the goal is going to bring you, as long as that goal is a healthy goal. For example, one of my long-term goals is to make an EP one day, and that doesn't even mean make an EP that sells really well and makes me super duper famous, and because I don't even want that. It's just make an EP one day. The good thing about an EP is it's finite. You can make an EP, and then once the EP is made, if you like it, then there you go, you reached your goal, you made an EP. And so that's a nice long-term goal for me because it keeps me motivated. If you work hard now, then you'll be able to have the opportunity to make an EP one day, and that's what I really want to do. So it's a nice goal. As long as I end up liking the EP, then I've reached the goal. That's what makes it a healthy goal. So I guess to sum it up in all, coffee always makes me sneeze. Don't be motivated by the fear of not reaching the goal, but be motivated by the goal itself. And that is something I'm totally still learning every single day, because I still find myself so often just sitting in bed worrying and worrying and worrying and worrying. I'm such a good worrier, and so that's why I work so hard. I hope that these healthier forms of motivation help you, and I hope that I can start learning them as well. That's all I have to say. All I did in that whole time was ink a little computer and half of a honey bottle, so that's really productive, but I still had fun, so I guess that's all that matters. My posture is so bad. In the comments below, I'd love to hear what keeps you guys motivated. Because although I do get a lot of questions about like, how do I stay motivated? I'm sure there's so many of you guys who are extremely motivated people and are motivated by healthy things. Also, I'd be really interested in knowing if you are motivated by fear as well, because I think a lot more of us are motivated by our fears than we know. And it would be nice just to know that there's a lot of people out there who are going through the same situation. But heck yeah, if you know good forms of motivation, please. The comment section will be a forum. You guys are always so good at writing the most well-worded comments, and y'all are so precious. I love you guys so much. You don't even, like, you can't even comprehend how much I love you guys. My comment section is the purest comment section I've ever read, and I love it so much. It makes me so happy. And with that, I'll see you guys in a few days with a brand new video. I love you guys so much. God bless, and goodbye.